Ladies and gentlemen, our 2016 honoree for the Exceptional Friend and Family Member Award is Judy Steffes.
Wow, that is a big surprise. And now you've met my parents. Well, I want to thank Inna Grace and LeadingAge, Cedar Community, Tracy Stroh for nominating me and giving me this opportunity to give back. You've met my father. I want to thank him as well because he was the one that got me started in bicycling and having an adventure. When we were growing up, he built what we called was a baby seat bike. And he had a seat in front of the handlebars and then one behind him. And he would take us on great rides. Then it ended up, we were a good Catholic German family. My parents had 2 more. So he added 2 more seats to this bicycle. There was the one in front, one behind the handlebars, and 2 more behind him. And we would go on great adventure, and we have videos of that. We don't have a video of my mother who would be standing behind and just be like, woo, you know, they're out of the house. And one day, matter of fact, and I think this is what really got me on a great path, we got pulled over by the cops. We were in Shorewood, and the police officer pulled over my father with 4 girls on the bicycle and said, "You can't do that." And he says, "Why can't I do that? I'm taking my girls for a bike ride." And the officer says, "You can't do that." And my father said, "Arrest me." And he pushed off, and we were just all wide-eyed. We just had ponytails, no helmets for protection. We could see ourselves at 3 years old behind bars. What are we gonna do? And that was going through my mind, and I heard behind me, "Anybody want to go for ice cream?" Says, "I'll take you to Dairy Queen. Don't tell your mother." So a typical dad, we're out there, and we had our ice cream, and we came back home, and we had ice cream all around our face. And my mom said, "Who took you out for ice cream?" And we said, "Dad did. He got pulled over by the cops." Cedar Community has offered me this great opportunity to give back. And with the bicycle tours, I've been able to fly to California, visit the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, pedal back home. Fly to Texas, pedal back home. Fly to Seattle, run the Rock and Roll Marathon, and pedal back home. The gift that I get is the pedaling. Matter of fact, one of the challenging tours, it was called my Survivor Tour. I went out of the country to New Zealand, and I pedaled for 27 days. And on day 26, the airline gave me my luggage. So it's always an adventure, and what is really neat, how it pays back home, is Cedar Community, which has Great Memory Care, and that's the facility where my parents are. They put up this map, and they pin my route. And then the residents come and check out what's going on. And then I have a web page, and Bonnie prints out it in just like a black and white document and just puts that travel diary out for the residents to take a look and follow along. And it's such inspiration for them because they've kind of reached a stage where they can't do that anymore. And my father, who does have memory care issues, he's going to be 92 years old. He's farm strong. He just can't remember 3 seconds ago, and he remembers the adventures that we had on the bicycle. So it really is, thank you. It's really a great way to pay back and bring them stories. One really quick story, and I know my Wisconsin table is going to love this. You just never know. I travel with great faith and a little bit of pepper spray. And I was in Alaska, and I make no reservations. I just pedal into a community and look for a place to stay. And I was in Cooper Landing, which did not have a church to stay in. And I tried to stay in a construction trailer. and the man said that they were state-owned and he was going to have to lock it up. But just keep going down the road, you'll find something. And I'm walking on the side of the road because it's the 3rd of July and there's a lot of holiday traffic, and I see a cheese head on a mailbox post from Wisconsin. And so I walk down the driveway, I'm like, what the heck? And there's a guy, and he's mowing his lawn in a Green Bay Packers sweatshirt. What are the chances? And so I walked up to him, and I'm all in spandex, and I said, hi, my name is Judy, I'm from Wisconsin. What's your connection to Green Bay? And he says, oh, we're from there, we relocated out here. And I said, well, can I sleep in your garage? And he said, I don't. I said, where in Wisconsin? You know, always Green Bay? No, from a small town. You probably have never heard of it. It's St. Cloud. I said, my father is from St. Cloud, the Holy Land, St. Michael's. He grew up there. And this guy is just wide-eyed. How did this woman in spandex walk down my driveway and know that I'm from Wisconsin? He goes, let me go get the wife. So he goes inside and he gets his wife. They had been dating since high school, and he brings her on out. And she says, I don't know about this. And I said, well, they were high school sweethearts. I said, what high school? And they said, St. Mary's Springs. I said, oh, I had cousins that went there. My cousin was in their class. She said, you cannot sleep in the garage. That's his man cave. But we have a great log cabin by the river, and you're more than welcome to spend the night there and then join us for breakfast in the morning. I never feel like I'm alone on the road, and believe me, these things happen all the time, and those are the stories that come back to Cedar Community and help the people with memory issues just travel vicariously through me. As you heard Amy Johnson say on the video, I'm a journalist. I am more of an athlete than I am a salesperson, but this is a sample of the jersey where I collect the logos, and then I train in this, and I tour in this. It's my uniform. So the stories are not going to end. I am not going to pedal home. I thought that was hilarious from DC, although I'd love to. But I am going out on another tour. I will do this as long as I'm able. June 22nd, I leave for New Mexico. I'm going to go a little bit west and north to Ship Rock, and then I'm going to pedal home to Wisconsin, and I'm calling it vacation. So you can all follow along. I invite you to follow along. I've got a website, and I've got cards, and if anybody wants to help sponsor the tour, you get great recognition. So thank you so very much for this. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Judy, and congratulations.